here for Huddersfield, which is swept in by Josh Karoma.
Flips this one in, goes to the far post. Naviyama with the goal.
Good evening, one all. Welcome to the channel. We are, of course, back for another match preview as we look ahead to this weekend's game against West Brom. Of course, this time being on a Sunday, so Sunday lunchtime kickoff, which is quite unusual. 12 o'clock kickoff for us. Of course, we are on Sky, and we are back at the John Smith Stadium. Of course, it's good to be back at the stadium. So yeah, we're back at home, which is always nice. It's always a nice feeling going into the weekend knowing you're at home. But yeah, as we always do, we always get involved. We always kind of do it very structured. We'll focus on the opposition first, and we'll go through the preview, how we usually work. But yeah, I'm going to say a few of those first. Oris is in. He says, "Big Ryan, hope you're well. Bad result against Cardiff. Full focus is on this match, and it is a must-win game for Town." Yeah, big up to you. Big up. Yeah, obviously it was a bad result. Yeah, that's all you can do, isn't it? Obviously, full focus has to be on in the next game. Obviously, I've spoken openly about the game, obviously about Wednesday, and by far happy from what I saw. I think anybody's happy, are they really? And there has to be a positive reaction on Sunday. There's no excuses, because I don't care who you're up against. If we focus on ourselves and we look at ourselves in the mirror after that game on Wednesday night, I'm sorry, totally unacceptable. And I don't care who you're facing in this league, you'll get beat playing like that. It's as simple as that. So very, very poor. And yeah, like I say, we've said that every game is a must-win, right? But because we lost, because we played poorly and we lost obviously on Wednesday, the game this weekend is heightened even more, because we have to get, we have to win. We have to win even more so this weekend, because we messed up during the week. So yeah, just more and more pressure, which is just what we don't need really. But yeah, just have to see what happens. Honestly, smash the likes and subscribe if you're new. If you haven't already, yeah, big up to you for always promoting the channel, doing that. You always do. George is in. Big up to you. Big up Ryan, he says. Big game this weekend. Yeah, big up George. Thank you. And yeah, it is a big game, isn't it? A massive game. Every game feels so massive. It's like a cup final every week, isn't it? Every game now. Aiden says, "Hi mate, hope you're okay. Worrying times at the moment," he says. "While Wednesday night was a poor performance, we play like we did on Wednesday against West Brom, then we are going to get battered." I mean, yeah. Hello, by the way, and yeah, very worrying. I think that, like I said in my video that I did after the game, obviously the review video that I did, I think it's kind of, I knew we were in trouble before obviously Wednesday night, but I think it just made me crash back down to reality a bit, because I was thinking to myself in my head, we've been in this situation before, we'll be fine, don't worry about it, we'll be able to get out of this. But then we go to a performance on Wednesday and we perform like that. And it's almost like a reality check that, hang on a minute, we are in serious danger here. And yeah, I just feel like it was just a reality check, to be honest with you. But to be honest, not just against West Brom. If we play like that against anybody, we'll get battered, to be honest with you. Cardiff were a very poor side on Wednesday. They were there to be got at. They were there for the taking. They were very flat, the atmosphere was flat. They were very poor. But they managed to get the win because we simply were way below what is needed to get any kind of result. That's the reality. But yeah, hello to everybody in the chat though. Thank you for your early contributions there. Oris, George, Aiden, big up to you all. But yeah, we're going to get into it then. Obviously, West Brom, like we see on Sunday, in the reverse fixture, we actually beat West Brom. courtesy of goal from Bergzorg and an injury time winner from Jack Radoni, if you remember, in September, back in September at the Hawthorns. And we're looking to make it, we're looking to do the double over West Brom this weekend. Just a stat here to put on, just to paint a picture even more so. Meeting on 5 occasions over the past 3 seasons. We have won 2, we've drawn 2, and we've lost just 1 of those, which obviously we seem to do fairly well against West Brom. This weekend, we'll be looking to make it 3 wins from the last 6 games against the Baggies, so that will be very nice. And like I say, we simply have to win. There's no excuse. You know, we have to. We're at home as well. So the opposition, let's go deeper into the opposition. Let's have a look. So West Brom are 5th in the table at the moment. Obviously, they're looking to get a playoff place this time, come May. They've got 60 points. They've put, placing them 5 points ahead of Norwich City, who sit just outside of the playoffs in 7th. We've got that 5-point cushion between 5th and 7th there. Obviously, they'll be looking to keep building on the successful campaign. Obviously, they've won 17 of their 36 fixtures this season, losing 10 and drawing 9, and 5 points ahead of the Canaries. They'll be obviously hopeful of retaining their top 6 place at the end of the season, of course. West Brom were on track to get their 18th win of the current campaign in their midweek game against Queen's Park Rangers, but had to settle for a draw after a late equaliser from them. So yeah, they did get pegged back, didn't they, against QPR, which... The thing is, if QPR can get a draw out of them, I fancy we can go we can beat them. So, I really do. And their manager, we know this manager very well. Of course, it is Carlos Corberán, who is a very familiar face around these parts, and I have so much respect for Corberán still. He managed us for 2 seasons, from the 2020-21 season and obviously the 2021-22 season, where he took the club to Wembley for the playoff final during his final season in charge. And like I say, just a bit of kind of thing about Corberán, really. I think despite the way Corberán left, which I said it before at the time of it happening, I was quite disappointed, really, because I still have a lot of respect for Carlos, because I think he's a top coach. He's doing it again at West Brom with very limited budget, doing what he does, but he's a top manager, and and the fact that he hasn't spent much just proves what a good manager he is. But yeah, like I say, the way he left, like I say, leaving it until a week or so before the season started, when he did know that he wasn't being backed weeks before that. So really, if he would have, he really should have gone after that playoff final, or maybe a week or so after that playoff final, because obviously he would spoken to the club about transfer funds and things, and obviously it was clear he wasn't going to be getting much backing from the club. So he would have known sooner than the decision he decided to make to kind of leave. Having said that, Corberán deserved to get a bit of backing. I don't think he would have been asking for much. I just think he thought he wanted a bit of backing. Obviously he just missed out in that final, and he kind of earned the right to have a bit of backing from what he actually did for the football club. Nearly getting him back to the Premier League. So it was the least the club could do, really. But no, they didn't, and we ended up losing him. Regardless of how it happened, we lost him because ultimately, we just didn't give him the money that maybe he wanted to just get a few more players, and then he really would have felt like he could take us up the following season. And I think that if we would have kept him, then I think that we would have backed him. Then I think we could have, gone that one step further the following season. That's just my view, but. Yeah, it was an unbelievable achievement what he did with us. And like I said, I respect managers more who have limited budgets, limited transfer budgets, but yet still find a way to be successful. Find the solutions. Get the best out of the players they have, as opposed to those that get loads of money and then they get success. But really, having that money to be able to spend, money doesn't guarantee everything, but having that money actually helps them more to get that success. It's a lot easier, isn't it? A lot easier process if you spend the money wisely, of course. So yeah, I have a lot more respect for coaches like Carlos and many other names that you probably think of, maybe names that I've heard of, but who still succeed in their jobs with limited resources. Them are the coaches I respect the most. But anyway, we're going to just go into that. I've gone off on a tangent here about Carlos, but yeah, I have a lot of respect for him still. We welcome back a familiar face. Yeah, back to the Johnson saying we do. Yes, I know we want to concentrate on those, but Ryan, do you think Carlos deserves a good reception on Sunday? I think, he does. He does, but the thing is with me is I feel like maybe before the game, I don't think it'll be kind of a bad reception, but I just think the way he left did leave a bit of a sour taste in our mouths still, really, regardless of whether we thought he should have been backed or not in the summer, which he obviously didn't, which is why he left. I think it was the way he left, like I said, the timing of it as well, which really screwed us over in the season that it was about to go into. So it did actually hinder. It nearly cost us big time. Well, to be fair, it didn't cost us. The decisions after that cost us with the managerial situation. But yeah, he does deserve a good reception. And yeah, that's just it, really. I think he does. In my opinion, I think he does. Yes, he left, but he did a good job giving us a dream of the Premier League again. Kept us up in the Championship. I hope we give him a good reception and not boo him. Yeah, I mean, fans can be quite fickle, can't they? But like I said, we're there to see the team win, and that's what we need to do, really. So, yeah, good point. Good point. I don't think he will get booed personally, but yeah. Like I say, Carlos obviously has worked under Bielsa at the rivals that is Leeds, later spending a brief period with Olympiacos after his departure from town, and then finally heading to West Brom after that as well. He returned obviously to the Championship in October 2022. He was appointed as the head coach of West Brom on a 2.5-year deal. So far, Corberan has won 35 games of the 72 he's been in charge, drawing 14 and losing 23. So, yeah, he's won a huge chunk of games. He's kind of lost quite a bit as well, and he's drawn quite a few too. Last time out, like I said, we've kind of mentioned it, QPR, they were winning in that game, and they got pegged back by QPR. A late goal for QPR, and that meant that they was drawing the game. They ended in a draw. They saw just 48% of possession on Wednesday and had to deal with 20 QPR shots thrown towards the keeper Alex Palmer, with 6 of those being on target compared to their 2. So yeah, they would have felt like that game on Wednesday was a massive points dropped, really, weren't they? Especially after leading, obviously getting into the lead, and then conceding fairly late on. It's kind of a big blow for them, but they're still in a good position, to be fair. So their previous starting lineup: Palmer, Furlong, Kipre, Peters, Reach, Yokusulu, I gotta say, Mowat, Fellows, Diangana, Johnston, and Wallace. Now their formation obviously, as we know, Corbin likes to have that 4-2-3-1 formation, so that's, kind of that's the formation he favours. However, at the start of the season, he did opt to go with a 3-4-2-1 on 7 occasions, which saw the Baggies lose just once. However, from the start of February, West Brom have consistently used their current 4-2-3-1 structure, winning 4, drawing 3 and losing only once. It's kind of a style of play that is popular amongst many in the Sky Bet Championship. The formation allows Corbyn's men to commit bodies forward whilst remaining solid in defence. And I'm going to touch upon that a bit later on when we get to our perspective, because I've got a few things to say about kind of when we come up against teams like a West Brom. Anyway, we're going to get into that, but let's get into the ones to watch. So who should we be looking out for on Sunday? And I'll start, and obviously if anybody wants to get involved in the chat, then you're more than welcome to let me know who we should be looking out for. So Alex Palmer is definitely one that I think we should be looking out for here. Obviously, he's the goalkeeper. He's come through the academy at West Brom. Like I say, he's kind of gone out on a few loan spells before obviously making his league debut for West Brom in October 2022. Like I say, he's gone out on loan, gaining experience at clubs like Kidderminster, Plymouth, Lincoln, as well as going out on loan to loan spells with Oldham, Notts County, and Luton. But yeah, he's gone out, had to be patient with his time at the club. Obviously, come through the academy. Really good goalkeeper, to be fair. Like I say, last season saw his breakthrough campaign, made 23 appearances, and he helped the Baggies finish in 9th. He started every game this season in the Sky Bet Championship, 27 years of age. He's continued his excellent run of form with his side pushing to keep their place in the playoffs. So yeah, he's a top keeper, and I just want to see us testing him. Test him a lot. Make him work a lot all afternoon, and let's see what he can. Let's see if he's up to the challenge. And if we do that, then that's all we can do. But yeah, get pressure on him. Get balls into the box, put him under pressure, and see what he's made of. Because, like I say, he's been consistent this season. He's been a regular in the team. He obviously has something about him now. So, yeah, he is obviously a great keeper. Next player I'm going to go with is Grady Diangana. Obviously, he did come to West Brom on loan initially, and then he signed a permanent deal with them the following season. And then he helped them secure promotion back to the Premier League, scoring and assisting in the game of the season against QPR. During his loan spell, they're now 25 goals, scored 8 goals in 30 appearances. Since signing for West Brom, has made 118 league appearances and scored 14 goals, including the 7 goals he has to his name so far this season. So yeah, he's got 7 goals so far this season. He's a threat, very quick. He's got quite a lot of pace as well. Very tricky player to come up against. But for me, we're going to have to be wary with him. And like I say, he knows where the back of the net is. But he also links up well, and tries to, get some assists if he can as well. So we're going to have to be wary of him for sure. And my final player is Tom Fellows. Again, another product of the academy at West Brom. Again, their academy setup at West Brom seems to be very good, doesn't it? He made his league debut as a substitute against Reading in December 2021. Whilst 20-year-old only made 4 appearances last season, Fellows has taken to the field 26 times during this campaign, scoring 4 and creating 4 assists so far. Despite making 4 appearances for West Brom last season, Fellows went on a season-long loan to League 2 side Crawley, where he played 38 times, assisted on 2 occasions. So yeah, again, he's going to be a good player. Obviously, he's got a lot about him, good quality. Still young, but he's gone out on loan, and the one that's gone out on loan And I think that's why loans are so important for the youngsters, because if you're not going to kind of try and embed them into the first team like gradually, they are best going out on loan, seeing what they can do, build that experience, and then they come back and they're ready to come into the first team. So, yeah, Tom Fellows, definitely somebody for me that I think we should have to look out for on Sunday afternoon. So, yeah, let's see what Aidan said. Aidan's got his players to watch here. So, you've got Alex Palmer. Yep, same as me. Tom Fellows. Nice, same as me. And Mikey Johnston. That's a different one to me. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I don't have too much information about him. I'm not sure. I can't say I've heard him, to be fair. Maybe that's doing him a disservice, but I'm not sure. I don't know who that is. But yeah, fair enough. So I think that's that's kind of West Brom covered. We know it's going to be a tricky game against West Brom, and yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Now we're going to get into our perspective now and kind of continue to kind of link back to who we're going to be up against, obviously on Sunday. But yeah, for now, let's leave West Brom there. So yeah, team news then for this weekend. No fresh injury concerns since Cardiff on Wednesday. Nothing to report there. So that's good. Balker returned to training today. Apparently, Andre said in his press conference. So that is massive news. So hopefully trains again tomorrow. I think that he's ready to come into the side on Sunday for me. Because like I say, it's kind of been building up since I think he's been building up all week really, individually, but obviously back to full team training today. So yeah, that's good news. Healy is on the pitch, but he still won't be ready for 2 weeks or so. So like I said, I think that'll be after the international break, he should be back. He should be back ready to play, and for the running that we've got. So yeah, that's all the team news. So that's good. Let's get into the lineup. Saying our, kind of my favourite part of the show. We kind of compare each other's lineups. So let me know how are you seeing this? What kind of lineup do you want to see on Sunday? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Tell me your team selections. I'd love to see what you think. But I'm going to get mine up, and then we're going to go to the chat one if anybody decides to contribute. So this is my team for tomorrow. Not for tomorrow. It's strange playing on Sunday. It should have been tomorrow, but it's obviously Sky's changed it. But this is my lineup for tomorrow. I have made quite a few changes tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday. Right, on Sunday. I should just say this weekend. I have made a few changes because I think we need some fresh. We need to get some fresh legs in, and like I said, I'm not going to pinpoint. I'm not going to say those players that I've taken out the team. They're at fault for everything that happened on how we performed, what the result, and I'm not saying that, but I just think I think this is the best team we can go with on this weekend. So I've gone for Nichols in goal. Headley, I think Headley's looked fantastic since he's come back, and he did well again when he came in against Cardiff. So I would start him now. I think he's ready to start. He has got pace. He likes to get forward. But I know people have said defensively he might not be as good, but I think he's worked on that. He looks a bit better in that regard. And yeah, I think Headley with his pace, I think he's definitely worth having in the side. And that's why I've gone with him there. Helic, obviously the brick wall, as we like to call him. He obviously he's in. One of our best centre-backs that we've got at the club. In fact, the best centre-back in the league. Because, to be honest with you, name me one better centre-back in the league other than Helic. And I bet you're struggling to to think of a name. I'm not being biased, he's the best centre-back in the league for me. His contributions going forward, which is a bonus to be fair, the goal he scored, but also defensively. Reliable, solid, just what you want in a defender, really. So, yeah, for me, Helic has got everything about him. Balker, I'm going to put Balker in there. Like I said, train today, train tomorrow, then he's ready for Sunday. And like I said, if he's on the bench on Sunday, then I'm questioning myself, why, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, then you're fit enough to start for me. I'm sorry, but it's not like he's been out for months. He has only been out for a few weeks, isn't it? I think it's been a few weeks. So it's not been a serious injury he's been recovering with. It's just been an injury niggle. So for me, Balka has to start. And are we finally going to see the partnership between these two, Helik and Balka, which would be, as soon as Balka came in, and then obviously we start to see him, I thought to myself, Helik and him together is the dream duo centre backs for me. Centre halves, they'll complement each other very well. Both quite quick. Obviously, Balka's obviously quicker than Helik, but yeah, for me, that I just can't wait to see this partnership. Hopefully, it happens this weekend. Spencer at right back there, so I've switched him off to the right there. I know he's had a bit of a few off games, Spencer, lately to me, but he's still got a lot of quality, and I still think that he should be starting. He's still got a lot about him. He's still done a lot of good things, even though he's not looked at his best over the last few games. But so yeah, Spencer definitely goes in there as a right back. And then we've got Matos, of course. Matos has to start at the weekend. I'm sorry, but the last few games, he has not started, and I've questioned it. I've questioned Andre's decision to keep him out. Because like I said, Matos brings energy. He's all over the park. He gets a tackle, which we love to see. He's aggressive. He doesn't just cover his defensive line. He drives the team upfield. He's got so much quality and skill and pace. For me, he's a superstar for me, and I think that he has to start. And I've been very confused because look, when he's come on in the past few games, he's looked very bright. So if he doesn't start on Sunday, I'm going to absolutely be fuming again. To be honest with you, he simply has to. He has to start. He looked a lot better than Ben Wiles on Wednesday. When Matos came on, he looked so much better. So yeah, Matos has to play. No excuses. And I've gone with Kasumu. Now I know Hogg's back, but I've spoken about this before, where I think that Kasumu and Matos have a really nice connection. And when we've seen them play together, they've really had that nice connection, nice partnership going on. So that's why I've kind of put them in the plus. Both are very quick, very mobile. And I think that's what you need when you're playing up against teams like West Brom, who obviously got a lot of pace in the side and very quick in the midfield, and obviously up front as well. So yeah, that's why I've gone with those two. Third forward, I've gone with Thomas. Obviously, has to start. One of our key players. It's without him, we really struggle, especially when we're set pieces. We know how good he can be at set pieces. Jack Redone, obviously, as the cam there. I've gone for Karoma on the left. I think Karoma obviously he didn't get on Wednesday. I think Karoma offers something different, and he can create that spark in a game like this. And yeah, I think that he is the best option to go with in this game. And yeah, obviously if it isn't working, obviously make the change. But I think he deserves starting. He hasn't started for a while, so let's see what he can do. And then my striker up front has to be Bojan. Now, I have spoken about this guy, and I'm going to take this off screen because you kind of see my selection now. So Bojan up front. So I'm not speaking to nobody. I wish I could have moved the lineup so I could kind of speak at the same time, but I haven't got that facility. So Bojan. I think now is the time he has to start delivering for me, because at the end of the day, he's been in the club just over 2 months now. Now, you can say that obviously he's had injuries, and that's fine. And like I said, the first time we saw him, obviously in the cup, away at City, in the FA Cup, I think we were all thinking, yeah, he looks quite bright here. He was linking up well. He had an opportunity, nearly scored. I thought, yeah, he might be a very good player for us. But since then, he's done absolutely nothing. He's done nothing. And pure and simply, he has to step up now because he's been at the club 2 months, and yeah, he was brought in to score goals. He was brought in to contribute, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, he hasn't done that as of yet. And as of yet, and I said it on my video that I posted the other day on the review show, that the business in January, apart from obviously Matos has been a revelation for me, absolutely superb loan signing. But Healy and Bojan, those 2 players, at this present moment, have been a complete and utter waste of money. And if you look at how much we've spent on these players, I really do hope that they do come good, because if they don't, then we're not going to get money back for these players. And yeah, so Bojan, this is his time to deliver, and I'm tired of seeing people saying, "Oh, he's not had much minutes. He's this and that. He's still settling." Yeah, I get that. I get all that. But the reality is he came in January, and we need to see something from now until the season, because we need him. He was brought in to bring goals to this side, and he hasn't done it. So as harsh as it sounds, Bojan, this is your chance now. It's his chance. I'm going to give him a chance from the start, see what he's made of, and now he needs to deliver, like I said. So let's get into your lineups. And anyway, hang on, let's have a look. Just missed a comment here. Aiden said he scored 2 brilliant goals against Coventry and QPR, so he's not afraid of shooting. He joined from Celtic in January since joining West Brom. He's got 4 goals in 8 matches. Thank you very much. So that you're on about Mikey Johnson, aren't you? Thank you very much for this insight, Aiden. So yeah, Knight obviously scored. Yeah, so he's in good goal scoring form, and he looks quite a decent player then. So he's not afraid of shooting. So hopefully we can, close the space, don't allow him that time to shoot, and just obviously just not give him space then. And like I say, if we do, it looks like it's going to be going in the back of the net. So yeah, but thank you for that insight, and it's good to know. Like I said, I'll be disrespectful to Mikey Johnson, by the way, but honestly, I didn't know who he was. So obviously, he's a relatively new player. He's not been in the Championship long, so probably that's why I don't really tend to watch West Brom unless they're on television. But yeah, Aiden's the first one to get the lineup in. So you've gone for a 4-2-3-1. So you've gone for Nichols in goal. You've gone for Headley, Hellick, Balker, and Spencer. Then the 2 DMs of Matos and Hogg. So you brought Hogg in. Fair enough. And then you've gone further forward. Redoni on the wing. If you put Redoni on the wing, then if you put Kasumu as the cam, I mean, Kasumu isn't actually a bad player going forward. Obviously, he does get himself, even when he's playing as the DM, he seems to get forward. He seems to like to get forward. So, but I don't know if he's played in cam before. It's certainly not for us, but he's a very versatile player, as we know. And then you've gone for Thomas, obviously on the right, and then you've gone for Bojan as well up front. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. Hogg, I'm like I say, if Hogg starts, fair enough. But I'm just thinking that midfield, that centre of the park, against a side like West Brom, I think maybe we need that energy, pace. So that's why I put Kasumu in with Matos. And like I said, I do like, Matos and Kasumu together, because when we saw that, I can't remember which game it was now, but when we saw them together, they did really well, to be fair. So that's why I'm kind of thinking about that one. But yeah, decent lineup, to be fair, Aiden. Like I said, we're pretty much on the same page, other than a few, other than one, yeah. You just put Hogg in there, and I was put him on the bench. But yeah, apart from that, we're on the same page. In fact, no, Karoma, you've not got Karoma there as well. So yeah, so 2 players out of, so we more or less agree. So yeah, good shout indeed. And Blue Terrier, he says 4-2-3-1. Nichols in goal, Headley, Hellick, Balker, and Spencer, with Kasumu and Hogg as the DMs. And you've gone for Pat Jones. Interesting. Yeah, maybe this is Pat Jones' chance to get a start and see what he's made of. Yeah. I wouldn't be totally against that. Absolutely not. Redoni as the cam. and Thomas on the right with Bojan up front as well. So yeah, listen, yeah, you've kind of got me thinking because obviously, but Pat Jones, I think he's obviously one of our youngsters. He obviously had a few injury issues, but when we've seen him, he has looked quite bright. He's brought that spark to the team. He's not had much minutes recently, but yeah, if he starts, I wouldn't be totally against it. Absolutely not. So, and I do like Pat Jones. I think he's got huge potential, got a lot of pace. He's just been unlucky with injuries. That's the only reason why we haven't seen more of him, in my opinion. Because if he had have kept fit, if he had not got that bad injury, I think we would have seen a lot more of him. So yeah, I think that if you can keep fit, I think they're kind of managing him though, aren't they? They're managing him, they're kind of managing him, because they obviously don't want him to get injured again. So, and he's quite injury prone from what we've seen so far. But yeah, good shout, Blue Terry. Thank you for your lineup. And Brad the lad's in. He says I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Well, hello to you. Thank you for nipping in, Brad. And yeah, you're going for a 1-1 draw. We are going to be doing our score predictions very shortly as well. But yeah, thank you for that. A draw really doesn't suit either team, really. Maybe it suits them. Man, it doesn't. I think they'll be wanting to win the game. So I think both teams need a win. We definitely need a win, as we know. But yeah, so I don't. Yeah, hopefully not that scoreline, but fair enough. And Blue Chasers Jones is on form in B team games, and his hamstrings are the only reason he isn't a regular player. Yeah, that's what I literally just said. Obviously, his injuries. He's had troublesome with it. He really had trouble with his hamstrings, and that's like I said, I think he would have been a regular player had he not picked up those injuries. And Ensman's in. Good evening to you. Hello. Thank you for nipping in. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for dropping in. It's nice to see you on. Like I said, sometimes come over to your channel and tune in. So, as you know, so yeah, good to see you in the chat. But yeah, I mean, look, the score predictions are coming up very soon. But this kind of game, I just want to say something here. Obviously, coming up against a team like West Brom, who are very organised, they'll set out, they'll know what they do. Obviously, defensively, they're very solid, they're very organised, they don't give teams space. But going forward, they're very effective, as we know. We seem to struggle against teams like this, don't we? Because if you look at what we've kind of done over not this season, but in general, maybe this season then, if you look at where we struggle is against teams that sit back, but they're very organised, and then it's up to us to break them down and create space for ourselves and get in behind. And obviously, it's more difficult. Of course, it is. We like it when teams go at us and leave spaces, obviously, and then there's space to exploit because then we've got the pace of the likes of Sorba. Radoni's quick as well to get forward. If Karoma's playing, then Karoma can be quick. And yeah, so I just hope that we can find solutions in this game to be able to break them down, because it's not going to be easy. And obviously it's a home crowd, and we have to get behind the team as well. But like I said, we need a positive reaction, because like I said, on Wednesday, it was nothing more than a pathetic showing. And, we let ourselves down massively. And, what I'm seeing on social media, when fans are coming at me and saying, stop panicking, stop overreacting, it's only just one game. No, it's not just a case of it being a one game, it's not a case of that. We simply cannot perform like that. And then not expect any criticism to come their way, the players' way. Because what we saw on Wednesday was a shadow of what we've seen previously. Those fans, myself included, that went there, didn't get back home until 3 o'clock in the morning. The team showed us nothing on Wednesday night. And that, for me, is unacceptable. And we cannot have any repeats of that. You know, Andre talks about intensity. There was no intensity on Wednesday. Andre talks about positivity. I didn't see us going at I didn't see us going at Cardiff on Wednesday. We were very, very poor. You know, we were messing around at the back. You know, not doing what we've been doing previously and getting after teams. And the fact that their keeper hardly had anything to do in that game. He probably had one of the easiest nights of his life. That was another thing. We offered nothing in the final third. It was too slow. The build-up play was too slow. There was no intensity, like I said. So we need a positive reaction on Sunday, let me tell you, and a big one. Because we have to be way better to get anything from this game this weekend. Because if we don't, then we are going to get beat. Because West Brom are no mugs. They're up there for a reason. We have shown that we can compete against these teams at the top. And it has to be the same this weekend. But I think West Brom do pose different challenges to the teams that we've seen come to the John Smiths, and obviously when we went to St Mary's for the Southampton game. West Brom posed a different challenge, you know, because like Southampton was a very open game. Like I say, we could get in behind them very easily because they were so obviously they'd been the home side. They were getting forward quite a lot, and there were spaces to exploit in behind, and then we're laughing because we love that. And then the Leeds game, obviously we dug in, obviously got the point after being down to 10 men. But before that, in the first half, obviously we were going at them. Leeds were obviously also going at them, leaving space in behind for us to exploit as well at times. So yeah, West Brom won't do that though. West Brom won't do that. They will be organised at the back. They'll still commit men forward, but they're still defensively solid because that's how Carlos builds his sides. Defensively solid from the back, but he loves going forward. He loves that attacking style as well, as we know from when we saw him at the club before. When he was with us. So yeah, that's my thoughts really. Score predictions then. What we're gonna go with for this? Hope you're well. Also, Enton. So yeah, big up to you. Yeah, I'm doing all right to be fair. You know, just keep going, don't we? Really. But yeah. Oh yeah. And Aiden says, we can be in the bottom 3 by the end of the night. Hate to say this, but hoping for a Leeds win. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to try and avoid looking at the table over the weekend because, like I said, we are playing on Sunday, so we're obviously with the last team to play, so everybody else gets a head start, if you could say so. But I suppose it brings even more pressure if teams do pick up points around us. But I just want us to focus on ourselves. Because the reality is, and I've said it before, the only way we are going to get out of this situation is not by drawing games. We have to get a few wins on the bounce. When that comes, I don't know, but we have to get a few sooner rather than later. Really, the next 2 would be nice. You know, obviously West Brom this weekend and then Rotherham next weekend. If we can get 2 wins there, then we'll be feeling a lot better at that ourselves going into the international break. However, if it goes the other way and we go into that international break with nothing really to be positive about in terms of results and performances, then it's going to be a big concern to me because we just simply cannot keep relying on other teams to drop points. We have to do our job. We have to do our job, and if we don't do our job, then we can't expect other teams to not pick up points. Because the reality is, everybody around at the moment are picking up points, right? You know, teams are winning. You know, they're closing the gap. Sheffield Wednesday have closed the gap well and truly, haven't they? You know, now what they've done since over the coming weeks, months. QPR obviously are picking up and got a few wins. Obviously got a draw against West Brom midweek. You know, we cannot keep relying on other teams. You know, we have to start getting points ourselves, and if we do, then we can steer ourselves away from the relegation picture. But we're going to have to go on a run to do that. You know, we winning a game and then draw it. Look, if we would have won against Cardiff and then maybe draw on Sunday, then 4 points out of 6 again is a very good turnaround. Obviously, being at home on Sunday, obviously, I do think that we should be targeting 3 points at every home game, no matter who we play. But yeah, that's just my viewpoint, really. Obviously, we're going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes because obviously let everybody enjoy their evenings. So yeah, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here about things, but yeah, we're kind of. I hope it doesn't go down to the Stoke. Look, we have to get safe as soon as possible. And is the Stoke game near the end? Except, like I said, I've not looked that far ahead. I can't remember when we play Stoke. Is it April time? Can't remember. I'm just going to Google it quickly. I don't look that far ahead of me, you see. I'm kind of just focused on one game. 1st of April. So, but even then, we've got games coming up after that. But we don't. Look, we have to focus on these games coming up first and foremost, and we'll worry about Stoke after the international break. But we have to get safe quick as soon as we can. We don't. I agree. We don't want to be messing around into April, mid-April. We're still in the same position. Maybe even worse if we don't start to pick up points soon. We don't want that to happen, of course we don't. So, yeah, but it's one of those. Score predictions then for this game. Let me know in the chat. For me, look, we're at home. And I do expect to see a reaction. I know I said that we need to show a positive reaction on Sunday. I think we will see one. We're at home. Obviously, the fans will come down again. We will be there in our numbers, helping the team. And I think, for me, I think we will. I've just got a funny feeling we will win. And blooming that we do need a win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 to us with goals from Sorba Thomas, I think, and we're going to get a goal from Helic. I think Helic's going to get a goal. So I'm going to go for those 2 goal scorers for us. But yeah, I mean, look, the game I expect to see, I think, look, they love to have the ball, so when we don't have the ball, we're going to have to try and get it off them quick. But they do like to have the ball. They're very possession-based, very patient in their build-up. But I think that we will have some of the ball. I think it will be pretty much... we'll certainly have chances. We need to make the set pieces work. I think if you look at how they play, they'll be looking to get forward, cause problems too. So I think it's set up to be a very good game. And like I say, we can only hope that we see a much better performance than what we did midweek. Because otherwise we are going to be in trouble. Not just because it's West Brom, but against any team. If we play like that, then you do get beat. So, yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 to us for sure. And Aiden's English score prediction, you've gone for a 2-1 as well. You've gone for Matos and Radoni for us, and for West Brom, Tom Fellows. Nice. I love to see Matos get a goal for sure. And obviously Radoni, good to see him score as well. So, nice prediction and nice goal scorers, definitely. But yeah, look, we're going to have to, we're going to wrap up very soon, but next few minutes. But yeah, any final thoughts, Aiden? Feel free to kind of say anything. But yeah, it's obviously on TV because I'm looking forward to it. Kind of a bit I'm a bit more nervous than what I would have been before. Just the Cardiff game has really thrown me, guys. Honestly, it has, because we haven't seen that kind of performance for so long. And then when it comes along, you think to yourself, how will the team react to something like that? and I hope that we react positively. But I don't know if it's created more doubt in my mind about the situation, because for the last few months, obviously since Worthington's coming, it's been quite, it's been very good, hasn't it? It's been very good. We haven't really, even when we've lost games, we've played very well in them and we've took a lot of positives from it. But I think on Wednesday it was something that we haven't seen since who was at the club before he got sacked. So it certainly worried me a little bit from what I saw. But maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe it was just a blip. But that blip can't carry on to 2 games and 3 games. It has to be just that game. Let's forget about Cardiff. Let's put that in the bin now. That's done with, right? We can't do anything about that. And I've kind of gone on about it a lot, to be fair, so maybe I'm a bit of a hypocrite. But if we just look at it on that mindset, it's just a blip. Let's just put that in the bin and let's forget about it. It's done, right? We know it was a big opportunity to win, but we didn't. We didn't deliver. We didn't deliver the performance. The players let themselves down, because we know we're so much better than that. We know that. We've seen it. So we just have to focus and bounce back in the best way possible on Sunday. That's all we can do. If you can, could you quickly go through the quotes of today's press conference? I haven't actually put any on my notes, Aidan, but I might be able to quickly get some quotes up that was said. Sometimes it's always hard to find quotes when you need them the most. I do love going through the press. I think, just bear with me, guys, whilst I just have a look. Yeah, let's have a look here. Right, here we are. Was this today? I don't know if it was today. 5th of March. No, it wasn't. It wasn't today, that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I can't find any. I haven't actually. Sometimes I take notes, through. As I watched the press conference, which I did earlier. Hang on, let's have a look. I might have something here. It was more, it's more about the injuries that this article I've seen. The quotes from that. Obviously, we know. Yeah, Yuta Nakayama has been ruled out for the season, hasn't he? Forgot to mention that. Yeah, big blow for him. Well, it's a big blow for us as well, to be fair. Not just him, but it's a big blow for him personally, because obviously he's not had much luck with injuries. So, yeah, Nakayama has been confirmed to be out for the season. Obviously, 8 to 10 weeks is his turnaround. So, yeah, unfortunate. I can't honestly get. Sometimes I like to go on to. Sometimes Stephen Chicken has a few quotes that he does, which he posts on his socials. So hang on a minute. I'm not very good at reading it. Maybe I should make sure I do this before. Sometimes I do today. Sometimes I don't always. No, I haven't got anything, Aidan, to be honest with you. Now, I could maybe go onto the YouTube and just kind of look, because sometimes it's, on the banner bit at the bottom, it tells you what's being said. Unless we just leave it now, because it is getting on to 8 o'clock, and obviously I want to wrap it before. Right, let's have a look. Right, here we are. I've got some quotes now for you, Aidan. We will do a few quotes here now. So he said, we want to show all the supporters, all the fans, that we want to win games. We're very disappointed after Wednesday, but we have to learn from this, analyse it, and we're ready for the next game. So yeah, again, he's just, he's kind of the calm approach kind of thing, and obviously saying about that. And look, I think that Andre is very honest. He's very upfront. He won't hide behind anything. He says it how it is, really, and that's what I like about him as well. Like I say, he's very disappointed, but again, it's all about learning from it, and that's what he's focused on. Yes, didn't go our way, but we're ready to bounce back now, and that's the vibe I'm getting. Let's have a look what else he has to say. I don't know. Because I'm having to thingy it. What's the kind of done a few quotes there, Aidan, for you. There, here we are. I think there have been many positives over the last few weeks, and we have to take the right things from Wednesday to go into the game on Sunday. Not sure what he means by that, to be honest with you, because there were no right things for me on Wednesday. There were nothing to take from that game. It was pretty much let's park it where it is, put it behind us, like I say, throw it in the bin, and we go again. That's all that's all. So yeah, I don't really agree with that. Let's have a look. Final quote. Let's see if we can get a good quote before we finish. All he said over the last few weeks when he said about positives. So yeah, my apologies for that. And so yeah, I do agree with him there. There has been positive over the last few weeks, as we know. Kind of looking and see what we want. Here we are. I've got another quote here. We're going to finish with this one. We want to give our best this weekend, he said, and I believe the team can do that this weekend, and I believe the team can do that. So yeah, we want to bounce back basically, and I think that's a nice quote to finish on, to be honest with you. But I will make sure I do. If that's kind of part of the show that you like, Aidan, I will make sure I introduce that every single time, so we can kind of go through quotes. I do like doing it, to be fair, but I don't always do it every game. Maybe I do it every other game, not every game, if you get me. So yeah, look, it's been a good stream. Like I said, thank you everybody that's tuned in tonight. Hopefully, really hopefully we can get a positive result on Sunday. We definitely need it. We desperately need it now, even more so. And we want to bring the performance. We want to bring what we've seen prior, over the last few weeks, of what we've shown, and that's what we want. We want to see a performance. We want to see players running at, causing them problems, getting shots away, just playing that attacking brand of football we like to see, with pace, intensity, and yeah, obviously defensively, keep tight, be a lot better defensively, because like I say, I think we were poor across the board, not just in the final third on Wednesday. I think it was poor in defensive also. The goal they scored was poor to concede, really, from the centre-back's point of view. So, yeah, let's just hope for a happy weekend, a positive weekend, and one where we can be here on Monday talking about a very good win and a really fantastic performance. And I'll be thinking as well, what on earth was all the worry about from the midweek shenanigans? So yeah. But yeah, apart from that, I hope you all have a good weekend. It'll be strange not playing tomorrow, so enjoy whatever you're doing tomorrow. And of course, we'll be ready on Sunday for the game. We'll be pumped. We'll be ready to go. Let's get behind the lads and let's bounce back ultimately. Bring a live stream there up the town. Andre Brighton Rise Barrier. Let's bounce back and get the win back on our home turf. Indeed, very nicely put that in there, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, as you always do. I really appreciate that. But yeah, have a good one, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Fingers crossed for 3 points for the Mighty Terriers. Let's do this. Let's get that positivity back in. Let's play how we know we can play. But anyway, that is it from me. I'll see you on Monday for the review show. We're doing another live stream on Monday night. So yeah, have a good weekend. Stay safe. Take care. And as always, up the town, Andre Brighton Writers, Barmy Army. Come on, you Terriers. Blue and White Army. Come on, let's go. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all very soon. Good night.